Hello everyone, as promised, this video is the answers to the questions that I got. I posted a video a couple of weeks ago asking if anyone had any questions, and I only got about 3 or 4. Well, 3 on the video itself, and then someone else asked a question which I thought I might as well answer. So it's going to be a quick video, but I could have gone through my channel and looked for questions, but that would have dragged on a little bit. Okay, first question. Will you ever do a Cyberman versus Dalek video? Probably not. And the reason for that is, if I was to do it, it would be the Second Empire Daleks versus a very old Cybermen army. It wouldn't be like NSDs versus Cybersmen. Because with that you could do something interesting. I'd have it so that these Cybermen existed long before the Daleks, and they just, for whatever reason, died out, and the ones that were left in their tombs is what the Daleks find, and they reawaken to find a completely different universe. And their technology would be advanced but old, if that makes sense. So it would be advanced to us in our current level, but it would be old in the Dalek sense. So maybe their energy weapons wouldn't work that well on a Dalek. So they'd just resort to ripping a Dalek open because they could. But again, it means designing a whole character. I'm not really comfortable. Well, I'm saying not really. I'm not comfortable doing figures at the moment. I want to learn how to do it, but if it was going to be a project, it would be a long time away. So next question. Would the Doctor ever help Xenol? This might turn into a bit of a ramble. Again, I've had that idea a few times of doing maybe 1 or 2 scenes with a Time Lord or the Doctor or even the Master. My idea was in the Emperor's Xenol's throne room. Xenol's talking to his Daleks, and one of them reports that there's a subspace disturbance coming from the control room. So they all look around and they hear the TARDIS materializes in the middle of the console room, and the video was either going to end on a foot stepping out of the TARDIS and a voice going, "Oh dear, got it wrong again," or the camera would travel up and there'd be the Doctor, and there'd be a conversation where it would be my version of the Doctor, so he'd be working for the Time Lords. He'd be like their agent that does all their dirty work. You know, kind of like he was in the third, well, from 3rd to 7th, really. Oh no, the 7th really didn't do much work for him. And I don't think he'd help Xenol as he is. He'd obviously, look, you've gone this far, you're treating Daleks as individuals, you're willing to negotiate, why not cooperate with alien races? And I think that would be pushing Xenol too far, because what people forget is he's still a Dalek. He will exterminate. I mean, look what he did to Select 4. They beat him, and he basically threw rocks at them and destroyed their home. Spoilers, by the way. So yeah, I don't think the Doctor would openly help Xenol as he is. He'd try and get him to change a little bit more. I mean, my Doctor would be a little bit more harsher with him. He wouldn't be the pushover that the new series Doctors are. I don't think. Hope that answered your question. Question 3. The 3 Daleks in the general service that was helping the Chief Science Dalek, are you going to make a show about them? I assume you mean Grexol, Obsess, and Hildaz. No, they won't have their own show. They'll have a few shorts, if I get around to making them. As always, there's lots of ideas in here, but not much time to do it. There's one short I want to do called Pest Control, which is kind of almost a cartoony. No, it's based on a, what's that show called? The Three Stooges, because that's what I used to call them before they had names. Their original names were Grexol's always been Grexol. He's the chatty old one. Hildaz, who is the section leader, was called not listening, and Obsessed, who always wants to drive the cart, was called driver. But then they were given names, and there's another short called Favourite Things, which has Grexel singing, which the audio exists for. I've just got to get around to animating it, and I've got to actually re-voice some of the characters I do, because yeah, there was a fault with that audio. So no, they won't be getting their own show, but they'll pop up every now and then. I just kind of want to get Second Empire done, so I won't be really hanging around. Because Second Empire will actually be my last Dalek thing, and then I'll be moving on to other... well, I say it'll be my last, but it will be the last thing I focus on. I'll do Dalek things every now and then, but it's... yeah, they're starting to get boring to me a little bit. Okay, this question wasn't really on the question and answers, but it was a question that was answered. Am I a brony? Yes, and I'm proud of it. I really don't get the hate that bronies get, because after all, it's just a cartoon. Okay, it's a cartoon with ponies, but it's not like the 1980s version where that was targeted primarily at girls. I mean, alright, this one was, but if you watch it, yeah, it's good. It's a sort of funny show. It's no different than watching Tom and Jerry or SpongeBob. Actually, I was talking to one of my friends about that the other day, and he regards SpongeBob as being less silly than ponies. Is that really the world we live in today? A talking sponge is preferable to talking ponies. So yeah, that's pretty much all the questions. Hope it wasn't too boring. If you've got any more questions, ask them, and I will answer them in another video, probably in a beginning of the year. Bye guys.